This is Derek from Volition Recording Studios. I hope you're doing well. Today is kind of more of a quick update of what you guys can expect for this channel going forward. So for the last month or so, I've been preparing essentially some new tools to add to my video production toolbox that I've been spending time either waiting for things to come in or just knowing how to use them and practicing and incorporating them into the new set of videos that's going to come up very soon. So the next biggest announcement that I'd like to share with you guys is that my new podcast series called Audio Attack is almost completed and ready to be shared to the public. So I've been working on this podcast series with co-host Prince GB for over a year and a half. Due to various situations, there are a lot of delays, a lot of changes, and just time being a big issue, that this whole podcast series was under a big delay or hiatus in this case. You guys can probably expect the first episode to drop probably within a month, and I'm definitely excited to have that up and ready for you guys to have a listen to. So today I'll be sharing just a little preview of what we have in production. So instead of me trying to explain what this podcast is, I'll let the podcast do the explaining itself. So sit back, grab a glass of water, tea, juice, coffee, whatever it is. Enjoy a small preview of Audio Attack, Episode 1.
So that was the intro song to our show, Audio Attack. I'm one of your hosts, Prince GB, and across from me is...
And this is your second host, Derek.
And welcome to Audio Attack. So for our show, because we're brand new, this is episode 1. Thank you so much for giving us a click and checking us out. So Derek, can you tell them why they're here to listen to us?
Our podcast is designed to give you guys the knowledge to get started in pursuing a musical career. That's pretty much the baseline of it, right?
Well, also on top of that is that we also just want to streamline everything just to help save you guys time and the money. Because I do understand that from a young age, it's a lot of everyone's probably sitting there saying, oh, I need to go take 1,000,000 classes for 10,000 hours to be good at singing or whatever to make good music. When in reality, it's just way more than that, but also at the same time, way less than probably what you think.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have to agree with what you had to say. Sometimes we believe that paying a premium cost can give us everything. It's actually quite the opposite most of the time, I find, for myself, at least.
Like UC Berkeley.
Oh, yeah.
How many top 100 Billboard artists came from UC Berkeley?
No, that's very true. It's essentially what it comes down to. I believe that our podcast is able to give you guys kind of the decision making, like the knowledge and what you need to go from there. We want to just help you guys be very precise and not having to waste time and money. That's like the biggest thing we can never get back.
Yeah, but just to break it down, just to make it even easier. Basically, we're two halves of very wide topics of the whole music industry or in life, I suppose. But basically, Derek brings a certain unique skill sets. I will let you shine your certification here.
Flash, right? Yeah, so when it comes to what you brought up right just now, with the certification, it only enables you to have a good glimpse of everything. The role essentially follows kind of more behind the scenes of music production, where you're setting up for recordings, you're mixing music, and you're just kind of learning how sound works. So that's all very theory based and stuff. But when it comes to that course, I think the most important thing to get out of it is you want to know if you're more suited to be inside of a studio, or more so you're just trying to get a broad sense of how things work. And that's where I feel like the certification kind of falls under. It's very, very hands-on.
So what is the name of your certification? Just to clarify.
So just to clarify, the certification I went for is called Audio Engineering, and it's a very broad term. So it can be just simple, basic repairing audio, just maybe taking out a specific noise you don't want in your recording, to a very creative balance where you're mixing music and you're working with artists, pretty much. What do you offer, Prince GB, to this podcast?
So basically, I'm probably the more boring side, or fun, depending how you look at it. Basically, I was the actual artist myself. I started with beat making, trying to get everything up myself. But I realized that's almost impossible unless you have a great team. But like a lot of the skills I bring here is actually more business based. So things that actually help what I learned from business to bring back to music was learning how to like manage both my time and other people. A
Yeah.
lot of it was also financing. Financing was probably my strongest strength in terms of the business, and that's basically what's helping me, mess around with music, do whatever I want, try whatever I can. Because yeah, I'm not big. I haven't even released anything, but I know for a fact that when I release music, I don't have to pander to like labels or like a crowd. It's what I want.
Kind of like knowing what you want to do objectively versus kind of expecting someone else to do it for you,
It's
right?
kind of like I actually get to do music the way I want, regardless if it's going to be popular or not. Most likely it won't be.
No, and I definitely have to agree with the business, learning just of the business aspect of how music works, right? Even for myself, when I first finished the whole music audio certification, it didn't really cross my mind until you actually have to start to run the business and, oh, hey, this is actually going to have to pay your bills. You got to make this sustainable, right? It didn't really come across my mind until you brought it up. And it's definitely something that our listeners that plan to take this music seriously as a career, that there are some things you need to know for sure. All right, so that's a small preview of our podcast series, Audio Tech, episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the small little sample I was able to show you guys. The rest of the episode is near completion. It is about 80% complete and just needs some final touching up and a few more things we want to add into the episode. But aside from that, we are definitely excited to share the rest of the episodes and future episodes on YouTube. And definitely, if you guys are podcast listeners, you can find our full episodes on Podbean, as that will be the main source of where we'll place most of our episodes on that platform. All right, so that wraps it up for today's video. I hope you guys are looking forward to what I have in store for this channel. And for those of you that are new and that happen to stop by on this video or on this channel, please consider to subscribe to this channel for more audio and music related content. You guys have a great day.